Not whatever.
Yes, it is.
Y'all some smart mouth ass kids. Stay my ass at home. This bullshit. Well, I'm a 24 hours a motherfucking day. I don't have to put up with it.
I'm looking for my dang gone. Oof, where is it?
Seen Dawn from the wrong end many a time.
Since nothing. I used to be able to talk and say nothing of anything.
And then you stopped.
Babies never made a sound. Well, the police let them go now.
Have we a name for her yet?
We thought Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. That's my mother's name. I've always loved it.
There's all the more reason to choose it then. Elizabeth Christine.
That's just right.
I can't believe how lucky I was sloshing around inside of me. When I might have passed on to her. She looked perfect.
And she is. She always will be. Because she's ours. We get to take her home.
That's my father's place.
Didn't that boy finish collect? Sometimes it takes time for the details to come out. There are all sorts of details about you. It hasn't been right to tell you.
Why?
Because if people knew the truth, they might make unkind remarks, or might not let us join in with them because we aren't respected.
Nurses are respectable.
Yeah. When I was 16, I did something that nobody felt was respectable at all. I had a baby. I wasn't married.
What's the baby now?
How long will it be before the grave diggers come and fill it in for this place?
A nightfall, I should think. Do you want them to stay uncovered for as long as possible?
Yes. But most of them are buried long enough. I like the thought of them. And the birds.
Me too. I couldn't look after you. I couldn't look after myself. I took control of everything. It's my turn now. I'm going to save up. Work really hard at my job. And in a year or two, and I sold her. Like that mother and daughter should.
I thought it didn't happen.
But you have. You always did have. It was always me. The sisters have come to wish you happy birthday.
It's an unhappy birthday.
Television's bust. I can't work out what's ailing it, even with the back off.
What about your little party?
They can have some cake, I suppose. Maybe have a game of cards.
I miss puppet on a string.
No. You won't. You must come to Renata's house, and we will watch together there. Often, in the spring, we see sea. Clouds and rain are of no consequence at all. We look to each other for our sunshine, and that light is all there is. Where there is isolation, there is togetherness. Where there is silence, there is music. Every season passes in the end. Sharp shoots become soft leaves, and the fruit we wait for tastes the sweetest. Endure the grief, embrace the joy, all things come. This is how the world turns. This is life itself. Each new morning commences with a still point, that moment when sleep ends, when we become alert and pause, poised on the edge of everything the day will bring. So much is unknown, but we start with the familiar. This is where I am. This is what I do. This is the life I am given and will love. Every day we strive to make the best of what we have. They say a smile costs nothing, a kind word likewise. The sun, when it shines on our face, is free. What if the courage to continue to simply live? That's over nothing if you ask me. Done it 3 times before. The dog was quick. They just come off the shift and still haven't had breakfast.
It's important not to skip meals, especially when you're running around the top. Where do you work?
I'm a cleaner at St. Louis.
Is Mr. Thompson not around to help?
No. He's very busy.
Fancy a cutter or proud, and they could arrive any day now. Would you like to borrow anything?
I've got a drawer and a few blankets. I've always had plenty of breast milk. That's all I need.
Your blood pressure's a little high. Nothing to worry about, but I'd like to call back later in the week to keep an eye on it.
Suit yourself. But you needn't bother. I know what I'm doing. Once I've done it once, it's like falling off a log. I'm good with babies. Do it all again if I could.
Let's just focus on this one for the time being, right? Date of birth is 2nd of March 1939.
That is correct.
So I'm going to take a small sample of cells from your cervix.
Yes, I understand.
Well, that's a very good start. You'd be amazed the number of women who don't know where their cervix is. We even had one gentleman who came in to have his checked, which was a slightly awkward conversation. But don't worry, it's not painful and it won't take too long, I promise. Mrs. Janice Cowper. Follow me, please. Special day today. What new pair of hip huggers, especially for the occasion. Mink green. Oh,
you do? Oh, no. I just mean, it's my 1 year wedding anniversary today. Oh. Well, in that case, I believe the congratulations are in order. Paper, isn't it? Yes, I didn't think paper knickers would have quite the same appeal. You're talking of toppling and tailing, my next appointment's the hairdressers. You're going up west this evening. Fancy hotel. Might even see you in the antenatal clinic before the year's out. Just relaxing these out to the side. Just thinking of getting a fringe like Jean Shrimp do. Do you think it would suit me?
Probably not the best person to ask.
Deep breath in. Ouch. Sorry.
Here you are. You're all done. We've had that rash for long.
A few days only. I think it is my new washing detergent.
Thank you, Mrs. Cowper. You can get dressed now.
Is something wrong?
Well, hopefully it's nothing to worry about. But your cervix is a little inflamed. So if you don't mind, I'd like to refer you to St. Cuthbert's.
Just goes to show how important these tests are. Better to sort things now before we start a family. Doctor, do you have a minute?
Mrs. Mohammed, I'm afraid you and your children have scabies. It's an infection caused by tiny mites which lay their eggs under the surface of the skin. That's what's causing this rash, which can become quite itchy and sore.
Please don't upset yourself. I know it sounds unpleasant, but it is completely curable. And if you don't have adequate bathing facilities, you can take your children and anyone else who live with to be treated at the cleansing station.
You take a hot bath and the nurse will cover your body in the lotion that you leave on the skin to dry.
If you wait here, I'll speak to the receptionist and write the address down.
Do we know which school her children attend?
I'll find out and ask Miss Higgins to give them a precautionary call.
Well, let's hope it's an isolated incident and we've caught it early.
Should probably be in bed. Brush your teeth.
If you do suspect any new cases, you're to let Miss Higgins know straight away so that she can identify close contacts and refer them to treatment as quickly as possible. Those who are pregnant or new mothers will be treated by a midwife.
Volunteers will be needed to work at the cleansing station if there's a serious scabies outbreak. Every inch of the body needs painting and benzoate, and it takes time. Good morning, Dr. Turner Surgery.
Miss Higgins!
I don't think she's arrived yet.
Oh, that's odd. You can set your watch by her normally.
Sister Frances, has Miss Higgins called in at all?
No, I did think it was a bit unusual. She's usually the first one in. This heartbeat sounds nice and strong. What will happen to the little one when you go back to work?
I'd have to for a while. Landlord suspended the rent.
On account of the hole in the roof?
Yep. I knew I wouldn't have the money to fix it, so I figured it was worth getting a bit chilly.
You made the hole.
I was going to come down sooner or later, so I gave it a helping hand with a broom handle.
I'll answer it.
Yeah, thanks.
Good morning, nurse. May I speak with Mrs. Thompson, please?
Yes. Come in.
I'm afraid your son was caught shoplifting earlier this morning, madam.
Anthony? No, there must be some kind of mistake.
I'm sorry, Mum.
What were you thinking? I've begged and pleaded with you, Anthony. You numbskull. You...
Sit down, Mrs. Thompson. What did the boy take?
Nappies and some baby clothes.
Clearly, these are the actions of a concerned child, not a petty thief.
Thank you, whatever he took.
There will be a referral to the Juvenile Liaison Department, and an officer will be in touch. In the meantime, try and stay out of trouble.
Thought it might be that time of day.
You are kind, sister. 2 biscuits. I only ever get one off Miss Higgins. Have we heard from her yet?
Not so far. Also, I wondered if you'd managed to book an referral for Mrs. Cowper.
I believe she's actually at St. Cuthbert's today having tests. We'll know more when the results come in next week.
She put a brave face on it, but I could tell she was worried.
I'm worried. Let's see how she gets on.
You've not been itching at all?
Run along and have your lunch then, dears. How many are we referring for treatment?
9 so far. Along with their families, of course, which will bring the number much higher. Next, please.
Scabies is so contagious. We need to print out posters and information leaflets as soon as possible.
Speak to the local medical officer this afternoon.
We'll act quickly. A full-scale scabies outbreak is inevitable.
Still no answer, I'm afraid.
I'm going to drive round to her house en route to my rounds. Miss Higgins, where have you been? We were starting to worry about you.
I was just manning the phone.
Everything all right, Miss Higgins?
It's perfectly obvious that everything is not.
Oh,
I was burgled last night.
sleep.
It's awful.
I've only just got back from the police station. I came downstairs this morning to find the living room rats. One smashed to smithereens. Great big muddy footprints smeared across my cashmere rug. A hole in my kitchen.
It must have been terribly distressing.
Now, you mustn't even think of working today. You need to go home.
I will do no such thing. I don't believe I can ever set foot in that country. Good afternoon, Miss Higgins. Please, make yourself at home. You are welcome to stay with us as long as you like.
Hello, love. Sorry to bother you at work, but I just bumped into a friend of mine who's gone into labour. I said I'd stay and mind the children until the baby arrives. You don't mind, do you?
Of course I don't mind.
I probably won't be back till tomorrow morning, though, okay?
Okay.
There's some leftover casserole in the fridge.
Okay, fine. Love you.
I love you too.
Would you like some ham, Miss Higgins? I believe Miss Higgins has already said no. I could prepare something else if there's anything that takes your fancy. Yes. Miss Higgins has had an eventful day. I expect she will benefit from some quiet repose. That's great. Would you be so kind as to show Miss Higgins upstairs?
Let's go back here.
I must admit, feeling rather like 6s and 7s.
I'm sure you'll feel better in the morning.
No.
He's a good lad, really.
I'm sure no one will press charges in the circumstances.
You don't understand. That hoity-toity social worker will think it runs in the family.
What runs in the family?
Colin promised. She's was the old block.
Number one, I
I
suppose.
was only a couple of years older than Nancy now when I married her first husband.
Charlotte's sweethearts?
Oh, I wouldn't say that, no. Oh, she was a soldier back from Dunkirk. Swept me off my feet and then across the floor. I was never sure if he was always just like that or if it was within the bonnet. I was pregnant with Anthony when he got sent down after a pub brawl. Oh, it was a blessing. I started with drinking 2 years after that. I went to the social services. They were doctors. But then I met George's dad and he helped me try it.
That's all that matters now.
Mark, can you get me a 4-ounce bottle?
This is the help you have.
Just 2 scoops.
I don't need help.
Hello, Mrs.
Just go ahead and make an 8-ounce
You need to
warm
tell me
one.
what I find you here.
I don't know how much you gonna take.
Yes, that's it.
Look at this.
The doctor sends you. Says it's serious, doesn't it? As I'm having symptoms, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine.